Relationships are greater than transactions. Today I'm going to share with you the 3 most important relationships that every great realtor develops that takes their business to the next level. The first relationship that all top producing realtors develop is a relationship with their clients. You know, when we have leads that come in, they're just leads. And then sometimes they become customers. But there's a whole other level when you're talking about a relationship. When someone becomes a client, there's a different level of trust. There's a different level of respect. And in many cases, there's a personal relationship that develops as these folks become more than just someone you did business with, but someone that you know, like, and trust. As you go through your daily basis, make sure you're checking with the people that you're working with. Do you have them at a place where they're just customers, or are they clients? When you develop a database full of clients, your business can't help but grow. The second relationship that is often overlooked and to me has been critical in any success that I've had in my real estate business is you need to develop relationships with other realtors. Some people think that there's one of these cases where they go through life and they think, well, gosh, if that person does well, then I'm not going to do well. It's like it's a win and a lose. Guys, I can just speak to our area. There are so many transactions, over $1 billion, I just checked, over $1 billion last quarter in our main areas that we sell in that was closed last month. There's plenty for everyone. What I wanted to develop was a relationship, not just of respect with other agents, but when they see 5 listings out there, I want them to think, you know what? I want to sell that. I want to share that one that Jimmy has because I love working with him. I know that he's going to handle the transaction in a way where I can speak to him in a way that I may not be able to with others. He's going to find a way, understanding that we have a seller that wants to sell and a buyer that wants to buy. He's not going to get in the way of that transaction and letting it happen. So if you haven't developed relationships with other agents. This is why it's critically important to go on listing tours. This is why it's critically important to do masterminds. This is why it's important to be a part of your community where you have those relationships with other agents because listen guys, we need each other. We are better together than we are trying to be on an island and do our own business. The last and probably the most important is you need to have a giving relationship both ways with your broker. Now this sounds kind of crazy and we're in a time where people are just, I'm going to get mine. They just think, I'm just going to make sure that I take care of me. What happens is sometimes when you get to that place and you're chasing maybe the highest percentage cut, or you're chasing a situation where the broker, you feel like you're not getting what you need from them to help you grow your business, it's very difficult. What can happen in those situations mainly is that one or the other side feels like they're giving more and the other side just feels like they're being neglected. Here's how you develop that relationship. You have to have something where it's a two-way street, where both are growing and are better together. I want to share a story with you. This is something that I heard years ago, and it made so much sense to me. The story is that this man passes away, and he gets this glimpse before he's going to come back to life. He gets this glimpse of what heaven and what hell looks like. And he comes into this area, and as he's ushered in to see this, the first place he goes is hell. And he walks in and he sees there's this table full of the most beautiful food you've ever seen. Every imaginable great food that he had ever tasted in his life is spread out on this table. But when he sees the people that are there, something's a little different. They actually, instead of having arms, they have a fork on this arm and they have a spoon on this arm. The problem is that the arms are too long. They can't get them to their mouth. So they're sitting there and they're arguing and they're all mad and they're starving and they've got the food right in front of them. And the problem is they can't feed themselves. And then he leaves that room and he goes and he says, now I want to show you what heaven looks like. He walks into the room, same spread, same foods, same situation with the arms that don't fit. The difference is that they're sitting across from each other instead of arguing. They're taking and they're dipping and they're feeding the one across from them. And that person's dipping and it's feeding the one across from them and they're all benefiting. You see, in your broker relationship, it can't be one-sided. It can't be a situation where just the broker is benefiting. It can't be a situation where just you are benefiting. It has to be a situation where you're feeding each other so that you can take advantage of all that's laying in front of you. Listen, when you develop relationships and you focus on relationships instead of transactions, I promise you your business cannot help but grow.